Welcome to Millwood Outdoors. I'm Jeff, and thanks for watching today. In this video, Millwood Outdoors is on the road. We are in Lake City, Florida at Quality Equipment and Parts, and I'm with Rylee Mckenzie, and we're going to talk about their forestry equipment business. So Rylee, why don't you tell us a little bit about Quality Equipment and Parts and what you sell and what you service?
Yeah, Quality Equipment and Parts was founded in 2001 by my father, Randy Mckenzie. We're here now, we're almost going on our 25th year of business. And over the years, my father started this company in 2001 as a salvage and an aftermarket parts business. You know, our background is the forestry aspect and forestry parts and aftermarket sources. As a family, we actually logged at one time, and we were a contractor here in Florida, had 3 logging crews of our own. We also had the store here as well. And for about 30 years, we were in the logging business. We are no longer at the moment, but now we have our store here, which we still support the logging community and all other aspects of the forestry business. So, in that forestry business, that includes forestry mulching, horizontal grinders for compost and mulch applications, for making your mulch from your flower bed. We now carry the lines of construction equipment that supplement our forestry products as well.
How did you get started working at your father's business? Sometimes, the sons and daughters start really young. So.
Yep. So actually, as a kid, I've always been around our business. When I was about 14 years old, I started making a product that we have at our store as a log light kit that goes on the back of log trucks that my father invented. I was in charge of the production and manufacturing of that product as a young age, on my time away from school and sports. And over the years, I've done other things, grown in the business by doing the parts and working in our parts department and understanding that, from shipping and receiving to handling parts for customers, and then moving into the service department as well, figuring out how to maintain and repair equipment. Did that for a few years and steadily evolved into learning more and more about our business. I had to get my hands dirty, needless to say, to learn everything that we do here. And now I'm going on about my 6th full-time year here, and now I handle all of our sales and marketing in the dealership. And we really love what we do. That's one thing. It's not a job if you enjoy what you do. It's more of a passion that drives us to keep working every day. So,
how many employees do you have here?
So here at Quality Equipment, we've got around 35, 36 employees. We just opened a branch in Ocala, Florida as well, that we're working on currently. Working on adding to our team. And I will say every one of our team members is the heart of our organization. They're the one that take care of our customers, and we have great team members that we can't say enough about, and that's what makes Quality Equipment, is the people.
Who are your typical customers?
So our typical customers, as our business evolved, we always dealt with logging contractors. As we've added more OEM products, we've evolved to customers that are vegetation management companies for the forestry. Forest Service, they go in, they contract for the Forest Service to use the forestry mulching equipment to actually mitigate the risk for fire. That's one of our contractors. We have the residential contractors that do land clearing for homes and development, that go in and take the trees out, whether that's mulching with a forestry mulching head, or whether that's with an excavator in our Develon product or our Yanmar product, to completely remove the tree and either burn it or haul it off. Our customers also mulch yards that make the flower bed mulch that's in our flower beds. Our Bandit horizontal grinder, that product, we take whole trees and you shove it in the end feet of that machine, and it on the back side comes out is mulch, right? So our customer, on that essence, they bring the land clearing debris in and then they grind it up to make your flower bed mulch. Our customers mainly are the contractors that work in the field every day. Definitely the very hardworking individuals, a lot of owner operators, and without those guys, we wouldn't be here either. So.
Okay. Is there any logging like what we see up north, where they're harvesting trees for pulpwood or lumber milling?
Yeah, for sure. Florida's timber market has always been a pretty large market. It's more plantation pine You know, it's planted in rows. So harvesting it comes from, you know, different cycles. We have different operations. I know whereas up north they do a lot of cut to length in some areas. And in Florida, it's a large pulp market. Sawmills out there, you know, and it's evolved a little bit over the years, you know, in Florida, whereas we're getting a large infrastructure market in Florida. There's a lot of agriculture, but that agriculture's changed over the years. So I would say it's just as large as the northern market for forestry, if not larger.
So looking on the website, you've got quite a diverse line of equipment. Is there a couple of machines that you're particularly excited about?
Yeah,
right now?
Definitely am very excited. Over the years, we've had the advantage of acquiring more OEM brands as we've grown, very well-known brands. Some of those include Bandit Industries that does all our whole tree chippers and horizontal grinders. We recently picked up Develon, which formerly was Doosan, a construction equipment that we oftentimes, it's a dirt, you know, more used in the dirt aspect, but we've taken attachments more used in the forestry industry and evolved them into becoming in use in land clearing operations and processing as well, timber processing to an extent. Very excited about our ASV Positrack track loaders or skid steers. We put forestry mulching heads on those, very popular. We do the CMI product, which is actually made in Canada. They have a broad line of large forestry mulchers on tracks, and something really excited about, you know, our product is typically focused around the niche of trees or land clearing site prep focus. That has become our business, you know, as we've evolved over the years. Isn't more or less just towards logging or pulp production. It's evolved into vegetation management and site prep as well.
Okay.
So.
Where do you see the equipment business going in the future? I mean, like autonomy, are there going to be autonomous machines or hybrid electric or?
Yeah, we've got some remote controlled forestry mulchers that we have here at the store today. We can show you guys, and I think at the end of the day, there's always going to be a beating heart in the seat. I don't know if we're ever going to go to completely autonomous on equipment. Not to say we won't, we might one day, but I still believe during this time, the future of the equipment business really is for the products, you know, well quality built products and the dealerships that can support that product or everything. You know, in COVID, we went through a very odd spell in dealerships because no one had inventory and parts were issues, right? And guys, you know, our customer cannot be successful without support. You know, so now we've gotten out of that rut from that, but I believe the equipment dealerships are they're evolving into finding niche applications. I wouldn't say maybe autonomous, but we're finding very niche ways to clear land more efficiently, right? Instead of the old school way, there is some new things that have sped up production, and we can talk about that.
Okay. Rylee finished answering all my questions, so let's take a look at some of the machines they have in stock ready to go to work. Let's start with a Giraffe 75-foot tree trimmer that we were standing in front of. This one is hard to miss when you pull in the yard with its long white boom with a saw blade on the end.
All right, so we've got the Giraffe 75-foot tree trimmer. This product is actually used for power line right-of-ways. So this is going to take your power line, your distribution poles on the side of right-of-ways and trim back all those trees that are adhering to possibly fall on your power lines and for a loss of power when storms happen. So what a lot of our contractors are going to do is they're going to take this boom, it'll stretch all the way out 75 feet and goes up and down, side to side. And what they're going to do is clip those trees back so that we reduce the risk of losing power. So what you're looking at here, this is actually our Lamtrack 6160T. It's a forestry mulcher. And this is a dedicated forestry mulching machine that pushes at about 155 horsepower. It's got a Cummins engine in it. On the front of this machine, we've got a Denise Seamoff 180D. It's about a 6 foot wide cut forestry mulcher. This machine specifically was going to be used for your commercial land clearing. You could be used for supporting Forest Service with fires, reducing the risk of that, the fuel level of the vegetation. And this machine's on a rubber track, so it's good to cross right-of-ways, not tear up the ground too much, rather than like your steel tracks where there's a lot of very high ground pressure, where they're a little more disturbing on the soil. So this machine is the ASV RT135F. This is our track loader line from ASV that goes from 40 horsepower to 135. This is the largest one in the fleet from ASV, and features a Cummins engine as well. It's a skid steer track loader that you could use with other attachments, not just a mulching head, but it is built, the machine itself is built more around the forestry application with a hydraulic cooler to keep the hydraulics cool on your mulching, as well as a very thick polycarbonate Lexan door so that no sticks come in and get into the cab. To keep that cab and the operator comfort very safe. So it's paired with our ShearX Forestry mulcher. This mulching head is going to be very similar to the other one that we looked at on the lamb track, and it's about a 6-foot cutting width. And the overall use of this machine could be used just underneath this giraffe trimmer here after they cut all those clippings from those trees that are going over the power line right away. They'll bring this machine behind it and mulch up all those sticks instead of having to pick them up and haul them off.
Okay.
Here we've got the Develon DX140. This specific machine we have attached with the Ryan's equipment grapple saw. So this is a 70-inch opening grapple saw, 3/2 tine. This specific grapple is going to be used for clearing land, picking up logs, and it actually has a grapple saw box here on the side, so where after you grab that tree and pick it up or whatever you're doing, you can cut it and process it at a shorter length to make it easier to either haul off or burn.
Riley's giving us a tour of some of the equipment he has out back. I'm down to my cell phone. My GoPro must be acclimated to Wisconsin and it overheated, so we're using my cell phone at this point.
So here we've got the Develon DX350. So this is a 35-ton excavator is what this is. So it weighs about 85,000 pounds. This machine's going to have a digging bucket with teeth, as well as it's going to have a hydraulic thumb. So this bucket could be used in joint with the thumb to pick out trees and pull up roots. So it could also be used in a land clearing application, more or less used for site prep, for it to be either development or turn into something new after the trees. So not so-called used in forestry, but definitely in site prep and land clearing. So this machine we have here is the CMI C400. So it's got a whopping 400 horsepower coming from a Cummins engine. This machine here weighs about 40,000 pounds or so with the mulching head. It's going to be used for your very large clearing jobs, forestry fire mitigation jobs, to where this mulching head's got about an 8.5-foot cutting width, and it has carbide tip teeth on it to where it will go in the soil just a little bit and it won't inflict on the teeth where it is bad, as some others where they're hardened steel knives. This machine is probably the largest forestry mulcher that we have here at the store today. So this right here is the Prenoff T-Rex 300. So this machine is going to have about a 260 horsepower Cummins engine as well. You can tell we're fans of the Cummins engine down here in the south. And this machine is featuring a Prenoff mulching head as well. It's about an 8-foot cutting width. It's got a hydraulic push bar for pushing over those trees on this one, as well as a hydraulic flap for controlling your debris so that it doesn't throw straight out if you're in a residential area or around a building. So this machine specifically, as you can see, is tired. So a rubber tire machine is going to have a little faster ground speed, as well it's going to let you cross over those right-of-ways, across roads, whereas your metal steel tracks like the CMI, it will actually sometimes you won't have that ability to go across the roadways. So this provides a little more versatility. So this machine here is a Develon DA30. So this is an articulating dump truck. So this machine is going to be used off-road and dirt pits and large site jobs. It can also be used in a land clearing space. Some people may take the root balls and put them up in there in the body of this DA30 and haul them off to either a burn pile or a horizontal grinder, which we'll go look at here in just a second. So this here is the Bandit 3680 track. So this machine is on steel tracks. It weighs around 85,000 pounds, and what this is going to be used for is for feeding whole trees into the infeed hopper here to my right. Once the trees go in whole, it'll go up to about a 35 to 40 inch capacity total. it'll come back out the other end with perfectly sized mulch. We typically are looking for a 3 to 4 inch minus, somewhere in that area for our flower bed mulch, and this machine can produce that. So this here is the Prenoth Raptor 100. It is a remote controlled forestry mulcher. So I can be over 100 yards or 300 feet away with a remote control in my hand and be taking out a tree far away from me. So the main purpose of this is slopes and inclines, DOT projects to where you can't put a guy in a machine because of the safety is a factor when you're on a side hill. It's dangerous. So this machine will go up to a 45-degree incline and mulch at the same time. It could also be used in wet areas. Like here in Florida, we don't have a lot of hills, but we do have some wet areas where you can't put a 15,000-pound machine with a mulching head. So this machine weighs around 5,700 pounds and has very low ground pressure for that reason.
Rylee, how many service trucks do you have on the road?
So we have currently 5 full-time service trucks running between our Lake City and our Ocala and around Jacksonville, but we really cover the whole state of Florida and even parts of Georgia and Alabama.
Okay. It looks like there's almost nothing they can't do. I see that there's a welder on here, and
that's it. We've got air compressor, we've got a welder, we've got a crane, we've got pretty much everything a technician needs to bring. It's basically a rolling toolbox.
What's this box here? The green one.
So this body here is a grapple truck body that's used for tree debris. So what we do is we take a knuckle boom loader and put it on the frame of the truck chassis, and then we put a large body there that will hold about 50 to 70 cubic yards of tree debris.
Okay.
So this body here is being prepped and getting ready to go to paint so that it can be put on a truck chassis.
Well, Rylee, thanks for taking the time to visit today. You've got a pretty extensive line of forestry equipment, and I know when we pulled in, there were semis with new equipment going out and service trucks coming in and out, so there's a lot going on. Anything else you want to add?
Not too much. I appreciate you having me here today and letting me be on your channel. Pretty awesome what you got going on, and all the content you're putting out is very unique, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to show off our business and what we do here in the Southeast. And our services extend all the way throughout the U.S. We have customers all the way to Washington State and all the way up in your land up there in Wisconsin as well. So we're not just restricted to Florida. We can service almost anywhere and work with other dealerships if we need to. If you're looking for product like we have, and you might be thousands of miles away, we can still help as much as we can. And we definitely appreciate any of the business that comes our way. We love to help people. That's our job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time with me. I know you're awful busy, so I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yep.
You've got a branch here in Lake City and then another one in Ocala?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
We got the branch in Ocala as well. Looking to expand that over the next couple of years to some other branches with good slow growth and finding the right people. We've got a good team that we continue to move forward.
So if you're interested in forestry equipment, make sure to check out Quality Equipment and Parts. What's your website, Rylee?
Our website is www.q as in quality, E as in equipment, P as in parts, USA.com. That's www.qepusa.com.
And I'll put a link to that in the description of the video too. So thanks again. Thanks for watching, and spend some time outdoors.